a bigot makes a racist comment towards the black mayor at a meeting. I'm going to give you the video, give you background. Here it is.
Viewpoint discrimination in this room is illegal. It's a civil rights violation, Bart. You're a black man. Why can't you understand civil rights? That should be a forte for you. I thought about coming up here and using some language. And I even said what I wanted to say to one of the officers. I'm not going to say it out of respect for somebody else on that dais. Trust me, Bart, if you were the only colored person on that dais, I would be saying what I want to say right now. I think you know what I'm talking about. The difference between house and field. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, when your smile, I'm not your field, bitch. You understand? I am not your field. Leave. You can't ask me to leave. That's protected speech. I am not your field. You want to arrest me? Bring it on, Holmes. One of you cops want to do it? Direct them. Direct them.
That's true. You've got 22 seconds left, so go ahead and use it.
Son of a bitch. Did you guys not just, he wants to remove me because of my speech that he has instigated all night in here. Watch that clock. Watch that clock. I'm going to go to 30 seconds after, and you're not going to arrest me because it happened twice in here tonight. It happened twice in here tonight.
Officer, he is clearly causing a disruption.
He is not causing a disruption. He is going over time.
You go ahead and remove him.
He is going over time. And if you have me removed before that clock gets to 3 minutes and 25 seconds, I'm going to sue you and the police officer that does it. I'm going until 3 minutes and 25 seconds. And I'm going until 3 minutes and 25 seconds.
Recess in 5 minutes. We will return.
With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show.
Here's what another speaker said in response. Here it is.
Y'all are so soft. A word shuts down the meeting. Talk about being fragile. A word. And during this break that you had to take, y'all scurried out of here because he said a word because you're so fragile. Mike Dever there sits there and says that he understands that this is free speech. You cannot shut somebody down for the word they say, Bart. You can't do that. Mike Dever says he understands that, but sits there silently and quietly and doesn't do a thing about it while our rights are getting shut down for a word. It is letters put together that form a word that comes out of our mouth, and you can't tolerate that. A word. Can I say? Can I say? Shut it down, Bart. Shut it down. It's a word. Why aren't you shutting it down? Why aren't you shutting it down? What's the difference? Shut me down, Bart. Am I less fragile than you, Bart? Can't stand a little word? Do you understand what free speech means? It means you have to shut up and listen to us, whether it hurts your little feelers or not. And I don't give a if it hurts your feelings. In fact, I'm glad it does. Shows how weak and soft you are. You have to shut down the meeting and run away for 10 minutes to what? Cry like a little bitch? Republican, Brad, right? You're a Republican while our rights get trampled and just sit there? Do you understand what free speech is? Free speech means that if you're going to shut them down for that, then you got to shut me down for saying and right?
Okay, that's kind of a bit much to take a 5-minute recess at this point in time. I mean, you're talking about we had to make all these changes because the meetings were going too long, and then you take these unnecessarily long breaks just to remove someone at this point in time for saying a word. So I just want to throw that out there.
Damn, y'all really want to say the N-word, don't you? I mean, this is epic. Put up the picture for a mask. I know Bart. I know Mayor, but I know you want to whoop his ass. I know. I know the feeling inside. Okay. This was the racial abuse Lawrence City Mayor Bart Littlejohn had to endure during a meeting. This was in July. According to the Lawrence Times, the meeting was in response to the Lawrence City Commission on June 4th, 2024, voting to no longer broadcast general public comment. Lawrence Times is keeping audio and video recordings of general public comment for the record. This is the general public comment portion of the commission's July 9th, 2024 meeting. In the years since then, this is just wow, right? But the reality is this, for years, has been a commonplace, a common dynamic for racists in that city. What do you do? What do you do, right? So here are some things. Free speech is not as open and shut as this guy said. One, you do have laws that govern you being obscene and saying things that are vulgar, saying things that incite violence, saying things that are derogatory or profanity, for example, in Georgia is illegal to use in front of minors, all right? Free speech is still here, but there are common sense regulations that some agree or disagree with, where free speech is not as open as shut. You cannot utilize your free speech to create harm or disruption in that sense. But for whatever reason, the rules are really relaxed at this council meeting, and these racist individuals have basically ruined it for people that actually want to talk about, stuff that the city does. All right, Mr. Mayor, you are Mr. Mayor. You have to govern these similar types of meetings. People get to say what they choose to say. Give us some of the rules here.
Listen, you get 3 minutes to speak in our town, and I can shut your ass down when I get ready. And I promise you, and I just say this is a disclaimer, TYT does not condone violence, but I would whoop their ass. I promise you. I'm the wrong mayor. You are not. The first one would have got you in trouble with me. I am not Bart. Do not bring it to my town. I am not Bart. And for, like you said, there's a lot of speech that is not free. Right. Incitement. If you're inciting harm or violence, then that is not protected by free speech. And trust me, saying the N-word, calling me the N-word, and acting and behaving in this manner is incitement. And I'll get a lawyer to help defend that for me, because I'm not gonna sit through that type of behavior. And I promise you, this town and people's comfortability with that, people sitting there watching this happen, is absolutely disgusting. The fact that this man felt comfortable enough to say, I told the police officers what I was gonna say before I spoke, lets me know that there's a bigger problem in that town. And I promise you, if you dig deep enough, not only are you gonna find racist people hanging, you're gonna find the branches they use to hang black folk.
Yeah, and this is the way they basically make themselves known through these public forum comments.